Here is a Dakota just arrived from Main Base Airfield. Pilots are supplied with a distinguishing flag, the International W, to show that they have a nursing orderly on board and are equipped to take casualties on the return journey. This enables the ground staff to park aircraft in a place convenient both for unloading freight and loading casualties. Just ahead is another Dakota recently arrived with freight, now being made ready to receive casualties. The loading is started at the foremost end on the starboard side. The webbing stretcher gear for the first 3 on that side is let down. The casualties, having now been dealt with, are put aboard ambulances for emplaning. Those less likely to need much attention on the trip are sent to the airfield first. As the ambulance backs up to the aircraft, 5 orderlies stand by to unload, 4 to carry, and 1 to assist. Aboard, 2 other orderlies receive the stretcher, while the air orderly stands by to supervise the loading and note the nature of injuries. Loading is always started from the top. With the webbing equipment, the stretcher handle is made secure to the outboard bracket by passing this strap behind the roller and pushing the clamp lever down. The inboard handle occupies the upper loop and not the lower one. This is the loop that's taking all the weight. Pull the clamp down to tighten it and press the lever up so. The next casualty, as you see, has a compound fracture of the left upper arm. The air orderly, seeing that he can't stow him comfortably on the starboard side, holds him back for stowing on the port side so that his arm will have plenty of clearance. Here are the first 2 casualties in position. The third goes underneath, and the 4th on the floor. The next 4 occupy the foremost position on the port side. The fractured arm case is now seen to have plenty of clearance, and his injury is more accessible for treatment on the trip if necessary. That system is followed until the aircraft is filled. So far we have 16 cases aboard, the contents of 4 ambulances. At this stage in the loading, the orderly can get on with strapping the patients to the stretchers for the takeoff. Good organization ensures that the more severe cases are brought up last, so that they can be stowed in the most convenient positions. This case with the chest wound is receiving penicillin treatment. He carries the bottle of the drip apparatus. As he's propped up with a backrest, he'll take up 2 top stretcher positions. The penicillin bottle can then be conveniently hung from the roof. The facio-maxillary case is stowed underneath, and beneath him is a patient with a fractured skull who it is thought will need watching on the trip. The thigh case is stowed in a convenient position on the port side. The walking wounded are brought up by a troop-carrying vehicle where one is available, but any other type of vehicle may be detailed for this purpose according to local conditions. Unless a smaller complement of stretcher cases allows folding seats to be used, the walking wounded will have to make themselves comfortable on the floor or wherever space permits. The first of the triplicate casualty air evacuation labels is taken from each patient and put in an envelope giving details of the numbers, the time of departure, and the number of the aircraft. The information thus collected is handed back to a non-commissioned officer who's responsible for keeping records.